Hey guys, welcome. My name is Kira and this is my channel, Kira Joy for Life. If you're new, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you will like this video and then click the subscribe button and click the bell so you get a notification when I post another video. I want to talk about the fact that there is no Sunday and Wednesday Jesus. So many people seem to leave Jesus in church. When they go to church on Sunday or when they go to church on Wednesday, that's where Jesus is. Jesus isn't really a part of their home life, isn't a part of their daily life even. And so many Christians are walking around defeated and they wonder why. They wonder why their prayers don't get answered. They wonder why they struggle with sinning on a regular basis and they just are not getting anywhere. A good example I like to think about is this. In a marriage, if a person and their spouse only talk to each other on Sunday and Wednesday, I don't think that would be a very fulfilling relationship. When you think about this, what if you only talk to that person for 1 to 2 hours on Sunday and 1 to 2 hours on Wednesday, and that's all the contact you have with that person? What about if it was your child and you only talk to that child 1 to 2 hours on Sunday or 1 to 2 hours on Wednesday? How do you think the child would feel? How would you feel if your child only talked to you or gave you attention only on that time? I gave that example because when there is no unity between you and God, there's no victory. I'm not saying that if you talk to God every single day that every single one of your prayers are going to be answered. But why should God give anything to one of his children who don't even pay him attention? If you are a parent, then you understand the feeling of, well, if my child's not listening to me, why would I go and buy them what they want at the store? A huge problem in the Christian world today is people don't know God outside of the church and the church building and the church small groups. God's spirit isn't just inside a building. In Ephesians 4:13 it says, "This will continue until we all come to such unity in our faith and knowledge of God's Son, that we will be mature in the Lord, measuring up to the full and complete standard of Christ." Meaning, we're not going to get to where we want to go in our walk with the Lord if we're giving him this much of us and this much of ourselves, and we're saving this for us. It doesn't work that way. This is also why divorce rates are so high in marriages. The farther we get from God, the more we push God out of our life and the more we push him in a church building and not let him be part of our homes and not let him be part of our daily journey in this human life, the more we lose grip of everything else. We've become selfish. It's so easy to take time and box, this is my kid's time, this is my spouse's time, this is my parents' time, oh yeah, and this is God's time, and this is me. I need me time. I agree, you do need a breather. I am a mom and a wife, and I get that. At the same time, I never want to put myself and my needs above my time with God. In John 17:23, it says, "I am in them, and you are in me." This is Jesus talking. He's talking to God the Father, and he says, "May they experience such perfect unity that the world will know that you," meaning God the Father, "sent me," Jesus, "that you love them as much as you love me." The reason why Jesus came was to bring unity and to show people how much God the Father loves them. He spent his life here on earth for the sole purpose of sharing God the Father's love with each one of his created human beings, to let them know that he wants to love them as his children just as much as he loves Jesus. That to me is powerful right there, to think that God the Father wants to love me as much as he loved Jesus, so much that he sent Jesus to die on the cross because I'm that important. How could I only give him Sunday and Wednesday, an hour or two of my time? How could I do that? There's no human being that loves me that much. The true purpose of the church is to follow Jesus, not to follow a religion or a time clock, not to follow this group of people or that group of people, but to follow Jesus, meaning that our time with God has to be every day. It has to be more than our small group time and our fellowship with believers. We have to fellowship with God the Father, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus daily to be able to be victorious in our life, to be able to have unity. If your family feels like it's falling apart, then you need to spend more time with Jesus on your own, because Jesus is the one that can bring unity. You pray and you get close to Jesus, and then someone else starts to feel there's a difference. There's a difference in you, the way you act, the way you treat them. And then you pray for God to move on your behalf to bring unity in your family, to bring unity in a situation that looks like it's falling apart. You know, when Jesus went into the temple, he flipped tables because people made the church into something that it was never meant to be. In America especially, we have done this. We have made the church all about ourselves. We have made the church all about money and the buildings and the little groups and what the groups do, instead of being focused on being out amongst people who need love, who need hope. And we've missed the mark. You know, I remember the bracelets that used to say, "What would Jesus do?" WWJD, right? I used to have one of those. And I take it so much more seriously now, because seriously, what would Jesus do? Jesus would feed the poor. Jesus didn't just sit in the temple and speak to everyone in the temple and speak to just the disciples. No, he went out. He saw the people who looked deformed. He saw the people who were demon possessed. He saw the people who were hurting. He saw the people that didn't want to live, that were hopeless. He saw the people who were grieving because they had lost a loved one. He couldn't have done that from inside the temple. No, he went out and he shared the truth about God. He shared how we should love one another. But his heart was for being unified with people. That's why he died on the cross for us. So if you feel like that you only have a Sunday and Wednesday Jesus in your life, I hope you consider the fact that Jesus doesn't want that type of relationship with you. Jesus wants you every day. He values you, and he believes that there is so much more that you need to know about him, and he wants to hear your complaints. He wants you to take that time, because he will take time to hear you really more than any other human ever could, and he'll bring you peace. He won't bring conflict into your life. If anything is causing confliction in you, or division or fear, that does not come from God. The way to get away from those feelings and the way from some of those hard situations is to get in a quiet place and to spend that time with God without those interruptions. Even if you have to get up early, even if you have to go to bed late, even if it's only 5 minutes, even if it's 30 minutes or 2 hours, whatever works for you. There is no pattern that Jesus has to have to be happy. That's not how Jesus is. He just is focusing on you today. What time can you give him today? Whatever it is, just give him all of you. Give him your whole heart. If you want to see victory in your life, he is the one to give it to you. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click the bell so you get notifications. Check out links to other videos down in my description. And I hope that this encouraged you today to put your whole heart into following Jesus completely. Stay blessed, and I'll see you next time.